Hey guys, Professor Fat Shady from the University of Trials. Today I'm going to do a video that I probably should have done about 6+ months ago. A number of people over the last few months have asked me to do a detailed tutorial for Charred Remains. For whatever reason, Trials Fusion Extreme track, I haven't done one. So I'm going to go do it now. It is in the Fire in the Deep DLC, and I'm going to do it on the Pit Viper. As always, this tutorial isn't going to be about speedrunning, it's going to be about just finding your consistent way to get through this and get your faults down. The practice of getting your faults down, and ideally to 0, will get you to a platinum medal eventually, and will get you to speedrun eventually. But for the moment, let's just break down each obstacle and talk about the techniques. First thing you want to do here, so what you'll notice, it's actually quite a high ledge. If you don't do anything here, or if you try and do a bunny hop, you're going to kind of just hit that and get stuck. It's quite an elevated space. What this is trying to do is teach you this technique where you actually hit the bike, and this is a very important technique to learn, by the way, and a great place to practice, where you almost end up being more than vertical. Yeah, more than vertical. So your front wheel actually tilts that way too. Sorry, the camera's backwards, whatever. What you need to do is actually hit with your rear wheel first, have your front wheel and almost flip too far backwards, and then as your rear wheel makes contact with the face, you want to accelerate. As that pushes you up, lean your body weight forward and you'll get over the obstacle. So effectively, from a standing start here in a neutral position, you want to press backwards, but you don't want to just hold accelerate flat out or you just start flipping. So sort of as you hit this upward ramp, sit down in the bike, and what you want to do is just a gentle rotation of the bike until the front wheel's pretty much straight, but you don't want to hit the front, so don't hit your front wheel here or you'll never make it. So rotate to the point where your front wheel gets up and over, and then as your back wheel touches, you want to help yourself up and over. So I'll show that a few more times. Rotate backwards, back wheel hits and keep accelerating, and then as you're in the air, you lean forward and your body weight and your momentum carries you up and over. Really good tutorial technique to learn, actually. So I use the back wheel and my body weight to get me up and over this ledge. Hugely important technique. Next one here. The way I normally do this is to sort of do a consecutive bunny hop, but I know for a lot of people that's still a difficult technique. So the other alternative, if you're just trying to get through this, is to just use throttle control, steady yourself here. Pretty much just ride it. I know I make that seem simple, and for people that are struggling with it, but it is really that simple. It's just about using all of the pipe and probably not accelerating at 100%. You kind of want to just ease off, because one of the biggest problems you'll have here is bouncing like that. But yeah, if you just try and sit here and try and go flat out, if you go 100% throttle right from the start, you'll tend to, your wheel will slip. So you kind of just want to ease it from the start, ease it on at about 30-40%, but then pretty quickly ramp it up to 100 so you can actually make the gap. But I'll just do it one more time. Up and over. It's tricky. Consecutive bunny hops heaps easier, but heaps safer, but it's possible to do it that way. Next piece, again, normally I tackle it like that. What you want to do if you're starting out, steady yourself here. I've talked about this technique before, where if you're on an upward slope, what you want to do is let go of this. So at the moment I'm hitting hard to the right with the left analog stick. What I'm just going to do is, as I accelerate, I'm going to let go of the left analog stick, the front wheel will lift up, and then as soon as the front wheel's up and over that bump, I'll lean forward and you'll see me sort of make the gap. So it's just a tiny little ease up of the... I'll try and get back down there without a fault. Not going to happen. It's just a tiny let up of the left analog stick, but it's enough to get you up and over. But then what I do is I get my rear wheel out of the way by sitting down on the bike and then leaning forward again. And that's really the key here. Rear wheel out of the way and then land back down, and then it's just throttle control up and over. This piece, just bunny hop. You'll notice if you don't do a confident enough bunny hop, you do that. So you don't want to go crazy, but a nice confident bunny hop, get yourself onto this ledge. From this point, again, bunny hop, lean forward, throttle control, steady yourself, roll backwards so you can use all the ramp, 100% acceleration up to the next checkpoint. So again, remember, I'm not trying to speedrun this, I'm just trying to get you through safely. Next one, I think again from here you should be able to go all the way back. What did I? Oh no! So this one you're gonna need to get. You're gonna need to get your consecutive bunny hops working. But I was trying to find. Right, I was trying to find a bit of a rhythm for you to make this somewhat easier, because you know, just saying, oh, just do multiple bunny hops and blah blah blah, bit tricky. So what you want to do is, and sort of play along with the timing here as well. So you just want to go back, forward, so back, forward, back, back, forward, back. Nah, it's not going to do it anyway. Okay, you do one quick bunny hop, so back, forward. But the second one, it's kind of interesting. Back, forward, back, and forward. So what you're trying to do, so let me try and see if I can explain this, because their timing method sucks. Normal bunny hop here, while accelerating at 100%, instead of doing a normal bunny hop where it's a really quick backwards and forwards motion, when you're on this platform, you want to sit down on the bike. When you press back for the second time, you want to rotate the bike a little bit more than you do the first one. So your front wheel needs to be higher. And like the obstacle on the first checkpoint here, what you're going to need to do is hit your back wheel on this pipe, this curved pipe that I'm on now, to help you get this height. Because if you have a look, right, that's still a massively high jump from where we are here, right? And to try and do a bunny hop from here is, look, from a standing start, I'm sure there are ninja players that can do that, but it is a very difficult thing to break down in two parts. So you're going to need to do this fluently. But what I'm talking about is on that second gap, you want to rotate your bike a little bit more to the left. You want to have your front wheel up higher. You want to hit the second pipe with your back wheel first, and that will be the technique to get you up and over. So here, rotate a little bit more. So bunny hop. As you do that second bunny hop, rotate around, hit your rear wheel first, and then lean forward and get yourself up and over. So I'll do it a few more times. Bunny hop there. You can almost do it like that. So I don't even have to do a second bunny hop. If you rotate around enough, yeah. If you get your body weight correct, I don't even do a second bunny hop. I just use the rear wheel hitting first. So I rotate. So off this first one, lean back, and then it's just about throttle control. Steady yourself and hit your checkpoint. If you need more detail, let me know. That's a tough one to explain. Here, you want to steady yourself with throttle control 100%, but as you get toward the top, this is another one of these ones where you just let go of the left analog stick. So accelerate, let go, and then press again. It's slightest little left lift off, but it's enough to get you up and over. Next one, I'm going to just try and do this one piece at a time. Alright, so in this one you can rest here and reverse, by the way. Now this requires some pretty good throttle control. But like I said, actually, so the way I normally do this is like that. But again, for the purpose of this video, I'm not trying to show you that. So there, throttle control, balance, if you need to, hook your wheel here, rest, steady yourself, calm your nerves, whatever. There, again, reverse backwards, but here what you want to do is again, let go of that left analog stick, so just ever so slightly so your rear wheel lifts up. You don't want to hit it on that concrete platform. Next one's tough because you're going to have to learn to do... you're still going to need to learn to do consecutive bunny hops, but you can kind of cheat your way through. From a neutral position, accelerate flat out and press forward. Forward, back, and then forward. Forward, back, forward. And that's your sort of consecutive bunny hop. But you need to be sitting down on the bike, so you grip here, and it's really about paying attention to your rotation. You don't want your front wheel to... You don't want your front wheel to hit, you want to hit with your back wheel and get your body weight up and over. So just a bunny hop, and as you hit that, and see what I do, I sort of, as I make this, look, I'm leaning forward, hit the rear wheel, and then I sit down over the bike to catch myself. So it's only, look, it's forward, back, forward, forward, back, forward, and then it's just, yeah, it's really about trying to catch yourself on that rear wheel. And I find on that second gap, again, you need to manage your rotation so your back wheel hits first, and then from here, just pretty confident, only about 50%, down off this platform. Next one, I'm going to try and do this again, one step at a time. Bunny hop. Actually, this one's tough, so I think okay, the way I'd probably suggest this one, rotate, so lean to the left. As you hit this, you just want to hit it confidently on your back wheel. And if you get that balance right and flick forward pretty much at the end of the red ramp, if you just keep your rotation in check without too much hassle, you should be getting up and onto here. So lean back, get your rear wheel, throttle control, down onto the next platform. Again, this one I think is impossible, so you're going to have to do this in one fluid motion. Again though, it's the same. As you can see, there's a lot of repetition in this, in the sense that you need to hit one thing, consecutive bunny hop up to a higher ledge. Same thing again, confidently with the rear wheel on the lower platform. You want to rotate your bike too far one way, hit your rear wheel into the upper platform, and then have your body weight carry up and over. So bunny hop. And this one you can kind of even cheat. So it's bunny hop, and then a second bunny hop. So good place to practice fender grab if you get stuck too. All I'm doing here is pressing to the right and using the throttle to balance yourself. It's kind of an exploit slash glitch, but it is really effective because that will get me up and over if I need to. But sadly, so that's probably my tip actually. If you want to practice your fender grab, if you get stuck here, it's not a bad place, but you don't need to. It's really about the consecutive bunny hop, because sadly, I can't think of a way. It's going to be tough to do. Yeah, so it's really just dig your rear wheel in on the first platform, and then your second one up to here. Same thing here. So again, this is another consecutive bunny hop section. Again, the way I would normally do it is like that. For people at home, trying to do this in one fluid motion, in multiple steps is quite difficult, I would say. So again, what you want to do, so okay, this lower platform here is designed for you to hit your front wheel, give you too much vertical momentum, and not carry your speed up the pipe, and that will pretty much make you fault every time. What you need to do then, like the first checkpoint of Inferno 4, is lift your front wheel up and over. So I'm actually leaning backwards to get up onto this first pipe. Right, so lean backwards here. So even though it looks like my front wheel's going up that ledge, my front wheel's not touching. If you watch the rotation of my front wheel, it's not touching, or barely touching, on the way through. Alright, I'm doing most of that on my back wheel. Alright, and then what you want to do when you get your rear wheel onto there, it's just, I'm leaning back, I go forward, back. And it's actually forward, back, forward. And what that's doing, so lean back, forward, and what that's doing is just, if you watch the rear wheel, watch. It gives me the jump I need, gets the rear wheel out of the way, and then slams the back wheel down, so I can actually still use it for grip. Bunch of different ways to attack this, but that's kind of what I find to be the most consistent, and then just use throttle control to get you up and over. Last checkpoint, again, the same thing we've talked about. Get your rear wheel onto the pipes. This is a bigger bunny hop, but rear wheel onto the pipe, and then you want to hit this upper platform with your rear wheel first. Alright, so look, a little bit too far. Rear wheel first, up and over. And this is really I mean, this whole track is based around that whole principle of consecutive bunny hops, carrying momentum through the sort of intermediate pipe or platform, and using that technique where you hit your rear wheel into a vertical wall, and then your body weight to carry you up and over. So I'll do this a few more times. Rear wheel in, up and over. And this is another cool place if you want to, if you get really stuck and you get to like here, the whole flapping concept where you accelerate and tap brake quite aggressively will get you up and over too if you get stuck. But I just find if you just dig your rear wheel in enough, you should be fine. So anyway, that's my 15-minute tutorial. I'm just going to run through this for my own amusement now. I'm quite rusty, by the way. Too much. But I'll just sort of show you how and like I said, I haven't really rehearsed this at all, but this is kind of how I approach this track. But if you pay attention, it is honestly the same techniques I just showed you. It's just that I kind of string them up and, you know, to a certain extent, string them all together. And that's really all speedrunning is. It's like, you know, learn a consistent way to complete a track, and then find a consistent way to link those consistent ways together. So you're consistent on obstacle, and then you consistently transition from one obstacle to the next, and all of a sudden you're speedrunning. So yeah, no stupidly impressive zero fault runs or anything here tonight, I don't think. Do another one just so you can see that I'm not just making this up, and that it is the same technique. One more time. I always found that the difference between, you know, average and good riders is actually your ability to recover from a stuff up more than it is just how fast you are. You'll find the really good guys, and I'll do stuff like that too. I can't. I'm not linking any of these together tonight. One more, come on. I was just going to finish with my replay. I'm like, nah, people want to see me race. And that's the thing, this is very much, I try and make this I guess a channel that seems a little more accessible. Like, people just showing off their best replays is cool and impressive as all hell, but I find that I like sort of demystifying some of it and go, you know what, no, we're all sort of human. There's a handful of people that are really robots. Actually, I remember getting the platinum on this. It was not fun at all. Really tough track. That's why I'm surprised it took me so long to put out the tutorial for it. That was stupid. Ah! Yeah, it is getting too late here, I think, sadly. Should have just ended on my replay, because... But as you can see, this is the same... Oh, always overshoot that too. Whatever, my tutorial was better than my writing. Let's show my replay. Do I even deserve... No, I don't even deserve a replay. I'm going to show someone else. I'm going to show someone better than me's replay, because I'm actually disappointed with how I rode that just then. Anyway, hope that helped. For anybody who did, and like I said, there was a stack of people. I'll go with Neeb. Oh, yeah, Neeb. Alright, you know what? God. And then my internet. Oh my god, my internet tonight. The good thing is, my YouTube stats pretty confidently show me that hardly anyone watches this part, so this is fine. I wanted to show Nibor hats. Nibor hats. This will be a nice run. My 51 is 49 seconds faster than me. So anyway, my face cam here is probably not really helpful anymore. But you watch here. So lift his front wheel up. Rear wheel on. Lean forward, catch himself. Skips over the pipe. Bounce. Again. Now watch rear wheel down. Lean backwards. Get up there. See, just smooth transitions though, like I said. Alright. Here we go, consecutive bunny hop. 1, 2, hit the rear wheel first, like I said. Again, rear wheel. It's actually quite funny when you really break down this game. It's... Oh, that's nice. I hadn't actually done that transition before. But again, see that technique? He dug his back wheel in, flipped himself up and around. A little bit of a fap, but got the job done. Anyway, that's my Charred Remains detailed tutorial. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Any other requests, by all means let me know, and otherwise I'll just keep making my own thing. Thanks guys, cheers.